This is a question of reasoning from Venn diagram asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2021. Half of the villagers of a certain village have their own house. 1/5 of the villagers cultivate paddy. 1/3 of the villagers are literate. 4/5 of the villagers are under 25 years of age. Which one of the following statement is certainly correct? Right. So let's suppose we have 100. Like the total number of people in village is 100, right? So this is total people in a village, right? So now the first statement is saying half of the villagers of a have their house. So house कितनों के पास है? House है 50% के पास, right? Half means 50. Now second, how many are cultivating paddy? So cultivating paddy is how much? 1/5, right? So 1/5 of 100 because total are 100. So this will be 20. Now the third, 1/3 of the villagers are literate. So how many are literate? So literate are 1/3. Total are 100. So 1/3 of it means it will be 33.3, right? Now the fourth statement, 4/5 of the villagers are under 25 year of age. Now under 25, how many are under 25 year of age? Right? 4/5 of 100, right? So this will 5 will cut this 120 times, then this is 80, right? So this is the information they have given. Now we have to find out which statement is correct. All the villagers who have their own house are literate. So only 50 people have their own house, right? And this is saying all the villagers who have their own house are literate, right? So how many are having house? 50. So there will be another 50 who are not having house, right? So they are not having house. So total number of literate are 33, right? So there may be some are having house and some are not having house. So we cannot surely say like all of them have, all the villagers have who own house are literate. This is not possible. Why? Because only 30 people, right? 33 people are literate, but here 50 लोगों के पास घर है, बट यहाँ पे हम बोल रहे हैं सिर्फ 33 लोग ही लिटरेट है, राइट? और ये स्टेटमेंट बोल रहा है कि जितने लोगों के पास भी घर है वो सारे लिटरेट है. ऐसा तो बिल्कुल नहीं है, बिकॉज वी हैव लिटरेट आर ओनली 33, राइट? सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग. नाउ सेकंड स्टेटमेंट, सम विलेजर्स अंडर 25 year of age are literate. Some villagers. So how many? So out of this 80, some may be literate and some will not be literate, right? So they are not literate. So this is possible, right? Because total we have 80 people. So here the statement is saying some, not saying all, right? So this is correct, option B. Now let's check C. Only half of the villagers who cultivate paddy are literate. So how many are cultivating paddy? This is only 20 people. So he's saying half of the villagers. So half of 20 will be 10, right? So he's saying this 10 are literate. So we cannot and saying only कि सिर्फ ये जो 10 लोग हैं ना यही लिटरेट है, ऐसा तो नहीं है, because we have 33.3 people who are literate, right? So this statement is also wrong. No villagers under 25 year of age has his own house. No villagers under, so there are 80 people who are under 25, right? Total we have 100 people, right? Total we have 100 people. उसमें से 50 लोगों के पास हाउस है एंड 50 के पास घर नहीं है, राइट? एंड हम बोल रहे हैं टोटल 80 लोग ऐसे हैं जो अंडर एज हैं 25. सो 50, so this 80 will get divided between here and here. So we don't know in which ratio, right? So but here the statement is saying no villagers under 25 year of age has his own house, right? Own house नहीं है. Suppose यहाँ पे 50 के 50 यहाँ पे हमने कंज्यूम कर दिए 80 में से, but still there are 30 remaining who are under 25 and they are owning house, right? So this case is possible here, right? So because all 80 we cannot put here, because here the number of people who are not owning house are can be only 50, but here we have total number of literate people are 80, right? So this statement is also wrong. So only statement B is correct. right? So the answer will be option B. This is a question from calendar chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. Which day is 10th October 2027, right? So on 10th October 2027 there will be which day, right? There will be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday or Saturday, right? So how we will solve it? Like we have, if you know the basics, like in 2000 year there will be 0 odd day, right? So there will be 0 odd day. So now we have to calculate, because we are talking about year 2027. So till 26 we will check, right? And then for 27 we will do it separately. So in 26 year, how many leap year are there? So what we will do, we will divide this 26 with 4, right? Because every 4 year we get leap year, right? So what we will get, 4 6 are 24, right? So this remainder we will leave. So how many, this thing we have to see. So there are 6 leap year, right? So in this 26 we are having leap year are 6 leap year, right? And the remaining year are 26 minus 6, right? So this will be 20. So 20 are ordinary year, right? So in every leap year there are 2 extra day or 2 odd days, right? So what we will do, we have to calculate odd days or the extra days, right? So 6 into 2, and in normal year we have only 1 odd day, right? So total odd day will be 12 plus 20. So this will be 32. This 32 we will divide with 7, right? So how many odd days we will get? We will get this 32. We will again divide with 7 to find odd day, right? So the odd day will be how much? 7 4s are 28, right? So 4 odd days are remaining. Why we are dividing it with 7? Because the calendar is cyclic, right? So after 7 days the days get repeated, right? So that's why there is no point to consider all days, right? Because it will get repeated. So extra days we have to count. So extra days in 32 days are only 4, right? So now we will see for the month of, for the year 2027, for that year we will check, right? So there are how many months? January, Feb, March, April, right? May, June, July, August, right? September and October. So January we have 31 days, February will be, this is not a leap year, so this will be 28 only, right? So you can write the days also directly here, 31, then again 30, 31, 30, right? So this is 31, this is again 31, this is 30, right? And this we have to talk about October. So October, which date? 10th. So we will write 10 here, right? So in the January, how many odd days are there, right? So there are 2 ways. You can add all these days and then divide with 7. Otherwise, you can directly do it here, right? In the January, there are 7 4 28. So after 28, how many days are extra? Only 3 days, right? So you can directly calculate odd days here in the January month. So in January month, there are 3 odd days, February 0, and in March again 3, then 2, and this one 3, here 2, here again 3, here again 3, and here again 2, this 10, right? So now we will add all these days, right? So 3 3 6 plus 2 8 plus 3 11 plus 2 13 plus 6 13 plus 6 19 plus 2 21 plus 10. So this total is 31. So there are 31 odd days, right? So we will again divide it with 7 and the remainder will be how much? The remainder will be 3. Okay, so there are 3 odd days. 7 4s are 28, right? So 31 minus 28 will be 3 odd days, right? So there are 3 odd days we got from the this current year. So now 2027 we are talking about. So this is equal to 2000 plus 26 year plus current year, right? So in 2000 we are having 0 odd days. In 26 year we are having 4 odd days, and in the current year we are having how many odd days? 3. So total is 7, right? This 7 again will divide it with 7. So the remainder or the odd day will be how much? Odd day will be 0. Odd day is 0. So 0 represent what? 0 represent Sunday. So on the 10th October 2027 there will be Sunday, right? So the answer is option A. So the answer of this question is option A, right? So I hope you all got this. If you guys still have some issues, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally again. Okay. This is a question of series asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. So in the series, so this is alphabetical series questions, right? So now we will see like how to approach these kind of questions. ये नॉर्मली हर साल एक क्वेश्चंस यूपीएससी पूछता है, ठीक है? तो जब भी ऐसा अल्फाबेटिकल सीरीज होता है, सो व्हाट वी शुड डू, इसमें पहले क्वेश्चन एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं. इन द सीरीज फिल द 6 blank using one of the following given 4 choices such that the series follow a specific order, right? तो इसमें सबसे पहले हम ये काउंट करेंगे कि टोटल, देखो ये सीरीज में क्या होता है, ग्रुपिंग करना होता है. तो ग्रुपिंग करने के लिए हम इसको काउंट करेंगे कि इसमें कितने लेटर्स हैं, राइट? और उन लेटर्स को इक्वली डिवाइड करेंगे सो दैट वी कैन फाइंड आउट द पैटर्न्स, राइट? सो यहाँ पे काउंट करते हैं. फर्स्ट, सेकेंड, थर्ड, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. सो टोटल कितने इसमें लेटर हैं? 18. सो अब 18 लेटर्स कैन बी डिवाइडेड और कैन बी ग्रुप इन, या तो 3 का ग्रुप्स बनाएंगे या 6 का, राइट? सो यहाँ पे हम 3 का ग्रुप बनाते हैं. अब इसको थोड़ा मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ दोबारा से, so that I can explain this question, right? So this is the series given by the examiner, right? अब इसमें हमने बोला है कि 3 के सेट बनाते हैं, तो फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड. तो यहाँ पे आप लाइन ड्रॉ करिए. एग्जाम में भी ऐसे लाइन ड्रॉ करना है ताकि आप सेपरेट कर सको उसको, राइट? फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड. तो यहाँ पे हमें ये पूरा पैटर्न मिल रहा है, डबल ए बी, राइट? सो नॉर्मली क्या होगा कि पैटर्न या तो सेम होगा, राइट, या पैटर्न्स रिपीट होंगे. तो पैटर्न अल्टरनेटिवली भी रिपीट हो सकते हैं, राइट? या इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर वगैरह में रहेंगे, ए पहले ए बी आया फिर ए डबल बी या ए बी सी, इन दिस वे, राइट? सो लेट्स सी यहाँ पे क्या पैटर्न है. सो डबल ए बी आएगा. सो यहाँ पे बैक एंड से करते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ पे हमें फुल लेटर मिल रहा है, ठीक है? ये पैटर्न मिल रहा है. देखते हैं ये वाला पैटर्न कहीं पे और भी आ रहा है क्या. सो डबल ए बी, तो यहाँ पे आ सकता है डबल ए बी, यहाँ पे नहीं आ सकता क्योंकि यहाँ पे ए बी दिया हुआ है. यहाँ पे ये आ सकता है डबल ए बी, राइट? और तो यहाँ पे ये अल्टरनेटिवली हो रहा है, तो अगर ये हो रहा है तो इसको छोड़ के यहाँ पे चेक करना चाहिए, यहाँ भी आ सकता है डबल ए बी, राइट? तो यहाँ पे डबल ए बी कर देते हैं. तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, यहाँ पे डबल ए बी, यहाँ पे ए आएगा, ठीक है? और यहाँ पे भी ए आएगा और यहाँ पे ये पैटर्न है, ठीक है? अब ये वाले पैटर्न को चेक करते हैं, राइट? तो यहाँ पे ये पैटर्न क्या बन रहा है, ए बी, राइट? अगर यहाँ पे ए बी है स्टार्टिंग में और यहाँ पे ए के साथ ब्लैंक दिया है तो यहाँ पे भी बी आना चाहिए, राइट? तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, बी. यहाँ पे बी लास्ट में है तो यहाँ पे भी लास्ट में बी आएगा, राइट? और ये तो दोनों हो गए और इसका नाम अल्टरनेटिवली यहाँ पे जाएंगे. तो यहाँ पे क्या पैटर्न बना है, ए डबल बी. तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, ए आएगा पहले वाले में और इसमें बी आएगा, राइट? तो ये हमारी सीरीज बन गई ए डबल बी, डबल ए बी, फिर ऑल्टरनेटिवली वो आएंगे, राइट? फाइन. तो हमारा आंसर क्या हो जाएगा, आंसर हो जाएगा ए बी, ए बी, ए बी. तो देखते हैं यहाँ पे किस में आ रहा है, ए बी, ए बी, ए बी, ए बी, ए बी से यही वाली सीरीज है, ठीक है? सो ऑप्शन डी इज द आंसर, राइट? तो इसका आंसर क्या हो जाएगा, ऑप्शन डी. मैंने काफ़ी डिटेल में समझाया. आई होप ये आप सबको समझ आ गया होगा. इफ यू गाइस स्टिल हैव सम इश्यूज इन दैट, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question again personally. So this is the question of average asked in UPSC CSAT paper 2021, right? So by looking this question looks lengthy, right? Because we have to read this much, right? So this is also a big thing in the exam where we have a pressure of time, right? But if you see, the answer of these questions can be given even without using a pen. So let's first read it. There are 2 classes. So there are 2 classes. This is class A and this is class B, right? So what is given? Having 25 and 30 students. Here we have 25 students and here we are having 30 students. In a class A, the highest score is 21 and the lowest score is 17. So here the lowest score is 17 and the highest score is 21. In class B, the highest score is 30 and the lowest score is 22, right? So this information is given. Now the 4 students are shifted. 4 students are going from class A to class B, right? So 4 students we are shifting from class A to class B. So consider the following statement. The average score of class B will definitely decrease. So we know from the formula of average, the average of student in class A, this is average, this is not class A, this is average of class A. The average of class A will be the marks of all student here, right? The score. So it will include the lowest score also and the highest score. The one student is having the highest score is 21 and the lowest score is 17, right? So it will be the addition of score of all 25 student, and here the number of student we know is 25, right? So this will be the average of class A. Similarly, we know that the average of class B will be, similarly here the highest score will be 30 and the lowest will be 22 and number of students are 30. So if you see from this information, we can interpret that the average of class B will be greater than average of class A. Do you get it or not? Because here the lowest score is 22. So all the students or most of the students are having marks or score greater than 22 or 22, right? But here the maximum is only 21. So the average of the class B will be greater than 22 at least, right? Because the minimum marks is 22 there. But here even if we consider that all the students got the highest mark, even that time the average score can't be greater than 21. You have to understand that, right? And here even if we consider the minimum average marks of a student, it can't be less than 22. So the average of class B is greater than average of class A by this information. But now what is happening? The 4 students are getting shifted from A to B. So if we assume that the student who got shifted from class A to class B, their marks is, let's assume it's 17 minimum marks, right? Okay, the minimum marks student are shifted from here, from class A to class B, right? If they are shifted from there, but here initially the average score was less, but now some students are coming who are having marks less than 22, because here the average is will be 22, but now we are getting students whose marks are 17, right? So the average of class B will decrease. Why it will decrease? Because previously it was 22 and now we are getting students who are having marks 17 or nearby 17. So to compensate this difference of 5 marks, right, the average will reduce, right? Or maybe possible that we are shifting the highest marks student from class A to class B. Even that case the average will reduce, because here the maximum marks is 21 but the average score of class B is 22, so still there is a difference. So still the average will reduce. So we can conclude that the average score of class B will definitely decrease in both cases, right? So this option is right. Now what's the second conclusion? The average score of class A will definitely increase. Now he is asking what will happen with the class A average, right? So in the class A average, what will happen? It will increase or decrease. If we are shifting the minimum marks student, then the average will increase of class A, right? It will increase. But if we are transferring or shifting highest mark student into class B, then the average of class A will decrease, because now we don't have the highest mark student, so the average will reduce, right? So here it is reducing and here it is increasing. So here we cannot conclude definitely what will happen about class A average, but we can definitely conclude about class B average, right? So option A is right. So the answer will be option A, right? I hope you all understood the answer. This is just a basic concept of average we are applying here. We are not doing any mathematics here, right? But even if you still have some problem, you can comment us or you can connect us through WhatsApp or call, and I will explain you this thing personally, right? This is a question of reasoning taken from chapter Direction, asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2021. See, this is 5-line questions, right? So in exam, it will looks like 10-line question. So it looks very lengthy, but the direction question are very easy to solve in there, right? So you can easily get marks in this. So never try to leave these questions. Okay. A bank employees drives 10 km towards south. So see, whenever you see the direction questions, always draw this, right? Like this is north, south, this is east and west, right? So if you draw this, right? So in exam, draw this on the exam paper, right? So after drawing this, it becomes very easy to solve the questions, right? So bank employees drive 10 km towards south. So south, suppose this is the starting point. So going south, right? South is downward. Okay, how much? 10 km, right? Towards south from her house. So this is the house. And turn to her left. So she is facing this side, right? So the left, now she is taking left turn. So left turn will be this side and drives 20 km. So this is 20 kilometer. She again turn left. She is facing this side now. So she is again taking left turn, right? So left turn will be this side and drives 40 kilometers. So driving 40 kilometers, right? So like this. So this is 40 km. Then she turned to her right. So now she is facing this side. So the right turn will be this side, right? And drives for another 5 kilometers and driving 5 kilometers. She again turns to her right. She is facing this side. So she is again taking right turn. So right turn will be this side, right? And drives another 30 kilometers. So driving 30 kilometers. Okay. To reach her bank, right? So this is the bank. Okay. Where she works. So what is the shortest distance between her bank and her house? So the shortest distance will be this much. This dotted line will be the shortest distance, right? So now we have to calculate this one. See, the total distance from here till here is 40. This is 10. So this will be 10, right? And this will be 30. Okay, this is 5. So this will be 5, right? So from here till here, the distance will be 20 plus 5, 25. So the shortest distance will be equal to 25 kilometer. So the answer is option B. So this is the answer, right? So this was an easy question. It just you have to draw this figure and you will get the answer. So this is a question of percentage asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. In a class, 60% of the students are from India. 50% of the students are girls, right? So as you know that whenever we do the percentage question, it's easy to consider the figure as 100, right? So let's assume, right, that the strength of class is, the total number of student in class is, total student in class is 100, right? So now there are 100 students. Okay, what is given the first statement? 60% of the student are from India. So in this 100 there are from India, right? And these are foreign student. So India से कितने हैं? 60%. 60% of 100 will be 60, right? Now from India, and 50% of the student are girls. So out of this 100, so they have divided this 100 into boys and girls also. Girls are how many and boys are how many? 50% are girls. 50% girls means 50 are girls. So boys will be also 50%. So these are 50. Okay. Now what is given? If 30% of the Indian student are girls, right? So Indian students are how many? 60. So out of this there are girls and boys. So girls are how many? 30%. 30% of the Indian students. So total Indian students are 60. So 30% of 60 will be how much? So this will be like this, 30% of 60. Okay, so this will be 18, right? So 18 लड़कियां हैं क्लास में, तो बॉयज कितने हुए? बॉयज विल बी 60 minus 18. So this will be how much? This will be 42, right? So 42 are boys and 18 are girls, right? अगर यहाँ पे 60 इंडियन है तो फॉरनर कितने हो गए? 40, right? Okay, then what percentage of the foreign student are boys? So we have to find that how many percentage of foreign boys are there, right, out of total foreign student. So there are 40 foreign student, and out of this 40 there will be girls and boys, right? So how many foreign girls will be there? See, 18 girls are here, total girls are 50, right? So total girls they have given are 50, Indian girls are 18, then foreign girls will be how much? This will be minus, right? So this will be 32. So foreign girls are 32. If foreign girls are 32, then foreign boys will be how many? 40 minus 32. This will be 8. Right. But now we have to find the percentage. Right. So percentage of foreign boy will be how many? They are 8. Right. So percentage of foreign student we have to find. We have हमें वो फाइंड आउट नहीं करना है कि टोटल में से कितने हैं, राइट, फॉरेन बॉयज. वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट कि जो फॉरेन बॉयज हैं वो फॉरेन स्टूडेंट में कितने परसेंट है, राइट. सो दिस विल बी 8/40. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. 40 यहाँ पे 100 नहीं आएगा, राइट, इनटू 100. सो दिस विल बी द परसेंटेज. ओके, सो वी विल कट दिस. 8 5s are 40 and from 5 this will cut, this will be 20. So this will be 20%. So the answer will be option D. Right. So the answer of this question will be option D. I hope ये आप सबको समझ आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some issues in that, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally again. This is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. On a chessboard, in how many different ways can 6 consecutive squares be chosen on the diagonals along a straight path? Right. So this is a problem of chessboard. Right. So in the chessboard we have 8 rows and 8 columns. Right. In this way, if you want, I'm drawing it. Okay. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more we need. Right. This. The chessboard is of 8 by 8. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this side also 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So chessboard is of 8 by 8. Right. So this thing we have to remember. Another thing, like we have to select 6 consecutive squares on the diagonals. So on the diagonals, if you will see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So on the diagonals, how many squares are there? 8. And this side also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So now out of these, one by one we will take. Like suppose for this one. So we have 8 squares. So out of these 8 squares, we have to select 6, and these 6 should be consecutive, right? So it should be like from 1 to 6, right? Then 7 and 8 are remaining, or it could be 1 we are leaving, then it will be 2 to 7, right? Then this 8 will remain, or it will be 1 and 3. We are not, first and second we are not choosing. From 3 to 8 we are, right? So only these 3 possibilities exist, because we have to choose square consecutively, right? If we are choosing this square, then we will choose this also, right? This we have to choose. Okay, so there are only 3 possibilities along this diagonal, right? Similarly, along this diagonal, we have 3 possibilities. Okay, so the total possibility will be 3 plus 3 is equal to 6, right? So the answer will be option B. Okay, so the answer of this question is option, right? So see, इसमें main concern यही है कि we should know, like we are choosing square consecutively. This is very important. Consecutive squares we have to consider, right? So there is no other possibility. Okay, the answer is option B. This question is from reasoning from coding decoding chapter, right? So this question is asked by UPSC in CSAT exam of 2021. If a code language mathematics is written as this one, how is chemistry written in that code language, right? So in some code language mathematics is written as this one, right? So we have to find what logic they have applied to convert it into this new code, right? And the same logic we will apply on chemistry, right? So we have to find like which logic is used, right? So now we will check, right? So this is m got converted into L, right? If you see L come before M in an alphabet, so we can say this is -1, right? -1 means we are taking M is getting converted into one letter before it, right? Now in the second position what is happening, A is converted into B, right? So we can say this is converted into, I can write +1. +1 means the letter A is getting converted into the next letter. So after A we have B in alphabet, right? So in the first position what is happening, -1, in the second position +1, and now T is converted into S. So this is again -1, right? Because S come before T, right? And here this is again +1. So this is alternate +1 -1, right? So similarly here this is -1, similarly here +1, right? This is -1, right? A is converted into Z, right? And here +1 again, and I is converted into H, so this is -1 again, right? C is converted into D, so this is +1 again, and the last digit this is -1. So you can see like what is happening, they have alternatively writing one letter before it and one letter after it. So the same concept we will apply in chemistry, right? So this is chemistry. Now the first one was -1, so we will write one letter before C. So one letter before C will be B, right? So this is -1. Now we will write +1, right? So after H which letter comes? I, right? Now this will be -1. Which letter come before D? Before E, so this is D, right? Now this is +1. Which letter comes after M? M के बाद आता है N, right? So we will write N. So this is BIDN, right? So now you can check, like this can't be the answer, this cannot be the answer. Answer will be in this. This is N here and this is L here, but we are getting N. So the answer will be B. So option B is the correct answer, right? So no need to calculate all. We can through options we can eliminate, right? And we can find the answer. So in this way we can save the time, right? If we are not able to find out from the option, then we will write for all, right? So similarly, like as you can see here, this will be -1 here, this will be again +1, this will be -1, this will be +1, and this will be -1, right? So in this way you can write for all these letters, right? So this is a question taken from chapter linear equation asked by UPSC and CSAT exam of 2021 in an objective type test of 90 questions. So there are how many questions? Total questions are 90. 5 marks are allotted for every correct answer. So 5 will get allotted if the answer is correct, right? And 2 marks are deducted for every wrong answer. So for every wrong answer, how many marks they are deducting? 2 marks, right? After attempting all the questions, this is important, all the questions, right? So all the questions are attempted, all 90 questions. A student got a total of 387 marks, right? So the student is getting how much marks? Student are getting 387 marks. So what is the number of incorrect responses? Right. So correct plus wrong will be equal to 90. So because the total questions are 90. So if for every correct marks there are 5 marks, so the total marks will be 5C. But out of these 5C there are few negatives. So for that minus 2 marks are allotted, right? So this will be minus 2 into W for the wrong answer is, and what's the total? Total is equal to 387, right? So this will be 5C minus 2, and this wrong answer we can assume from this equation, this will be, wrong answer will be equal to 90 minus C, right? So it will become 90 minus C is equal to 387. Now we will solve this equation and we will get the answer, right? So 5C minus 180 plus 2C is equal to 387. 180 will come this side and it will get it into 387. 5C plus 2C is 7C is equal to, this will go this side and it will get added, right? So it will become 567, right? 7 will come this side and 7 will cut this one. It will come 8 times, 7 is a 56 and 7 1 is 7. So C is equal to 81. If C is 81, W is equal to 9, right? So the question is asking what is the number of incorrect responses. So the number of incorrect responses will be 9. So the answer is option first or option A, right? So this was easy question. I hope you all understood it very well, right? If you guys still have some issues, so you can call us or you can WhatsApp us or email us, right?
So this is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC CSAT paper of 2021. So using these number as digit, how many distinct numbers greater than 3000 can be formed? Right. So how many digits we are having? We are having 5 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. And the number should be greater than 3000. It means like here the 3 will come. Because we need number greater than 3000. This one, not 3000. 30,000, right? So this place is fixed. A 3 will come here, right? Now we are left with 4 places and 4 digits, right? So here we will use one formula, right? So suppose there are n objects, right? So there are n objects. So suppose these are like first, second, third. In this way we have n objects, and out of these n objects, these few, suppose p number of objects, p number of objects are of same type, right? And these few number, suppose the number of these are, they are of same type, right? And these are of same type, this is r, right? So the formula is, first we will arrange all numbers in factorial n way, then we will arrange these p numbers because they are of same type, so the arrangement will not make a difference, right? So here suppose these are we are having 3 numbers, right? These 3 numbers we can arrange in factorial 3 ways, right? But what will happen, like the number is suppose 1 2 2, then we are changing these number, then again this will remain same, okay, because these are of same type. So now we will remove these same kind of, so what we will do, these are of same kind, how many digits? 2, so we will divide it with, right? Similarly the formula is p objects are of same type, q objects are of same type, and r object of, right? So here we will use this formula here, right? So now what will happen, these are of same type, right? So same type means this one, this is also one, this is one, right? Because these are of same type, okay. Now we have 4 places, so the 4 places can be arranged in factorial 4 ways. Out of these, how many digits we are having? We are left with these number 1 3 we already used. So out of these objects, these are of same kind, so how many objects are of same kind? 2 objects, and this is also are of same, so this is again factorial, right? So this will become factorial 4 into 3 and factorial 2, factorial 2, and we will open this factorial. This factorial will cut this factorial, this 2 will cut this 4 2 times, so this is 6. So the answer is option. So this is the answer, right? I hope ये आप सबको समझ में आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some issues in that, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally again.
So this is a question of reasoning from syllogism chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2021. So these statements are given, two statements are given, and then four conclusions are given. So which one of the following is correct? So we have to check that which conclusion we can draw from these statement, right? So some green, we will draw the Venn diagram, we will solve it through Venn diagram. So some green, suppose this is green, some greens, this is a Venn diagram of green, are blues. This is a Venn diagram of blue, right? Some blues are black. These blues are black. Some blues are black. So one is this case is possible, right? There may be some relationship between green and black also, right? So we don't know that. So let's see the conclusion. Conclusion first. Some greens are black. This is not given, so we cannot draw. We are not sure about it, right? So we will. This conclusion is not possible. No green is black. No green is black. We don't have any relationship between. This is not given, so we cannot draw this conclusion. All green are black. This is also not possible because the relationship between green and black is not given. All black are green. All black are green. This is also not possible, right? So the answer is neither conclusion first, nor second, nor three, nor four, right? So option D is the correct answer choice. Okay. This is a question taken from chapter linear equation, or it's a type of, this question type is linear equation type of question, right? Asked by UPSC in their CSAT exam of 2021. Jay and Vijay spent equal amount of money to buy some pencil and special, some pen and special pencil of the same quality from the same store. So if Jay bought how many? 3 pen, right? And 5 pencil. So he is buying pen and pencil, right? And Vijay is buying what? Vijay is buying 2 pen and 7 pencil, right? Which one of the following is correct? And this is also given that they have equal amount of money. So this will be equal, both equation. So this will become 3 pen plus 5 pencil is equal to 2 pen plus 7 pencil, right? So 2p will come this side, 5pl will come this side. So this will become pen is equal to 7 pencil minus 5 pencil, which will become 2 pencil. So 1 pen is equal to 2 pencil, right? So the question is asking which one of the following is correct. A pencil costs more than a pen. Pencil cost, no, the pen cost more than. So this is wrong. The price of a pencil is equal to that of a pen. The price is not equal. The price of a pen is 2 times the price of pencil. So this is correct. So C is the answer, right? Let's see what's D. The price of a pen is 3 times. This is also wrong. So the answer is option C, right? So this is a question from calendar chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. Joseph visit the club on every 5th day. Harsh visit on every 24th day, while Sumit visit on every 9th day. If all the three of them met at the club on Sunday, then on which day all three of them meet again? So if you will see, this is a question of HCF and LCM using the concept of calendar, right? So you can put this question in calendar also, right? So what they are saying, Joseph is meeting on 5th day, right? And Harsh is meeting on 24th day, while Sumit visit on every 9th day. So in this, we have to find when they will meet again, right? On which date, right? On which day they will meet. So this is day, not right. So you can consider date also, right? So now what we have to do, we have to find out the LCM, right? So they will meet again on their LCM, right? So the LCM we will compute. So there are many ways to compute LCM. So whatever suits you, you can do. I am using the prime factorization. So the factor of 5 will be 5 and the factor of 24 will be 8 into 3, right? And The factor of 9 will be 3 square. Okay. So now the LCM will be, the LCM of these number will be, the highest power we will take, the highest power of 2 is 3, the highest power of 3 is 3 square, and the highest power of 5 is 5. Right. So this will be how much? This will be 8 into 9 into 5. So 8 5s are 40 into 9. So this will be 360. So they will meet again after 360 days. On the 360th day, they will meet again. Right. But the question is asking, what the question is asking, then on which day? So we have to compute, like there will be Sunday, Monday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Sunday on that day. Right. So how we will do? We know that they are meeting on Sunday. And again they will meet after 360 days. So let's compute the odd days in 360. So we will divide it with 7. Right. 7 5s are 35, 10. Right. So these are odd days are 3. So odd day are 3. So it means Sunday plus 3. Right. So they will meet on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right. 1, 2, 3. So they will meet again because Sunday plus 3 we have to do, because there are 3 odd days. Right. So they will meet again on Wednesday. So the answer of this question is option B. Right. So the answer will be option B. Now this is the next question from percentage. This is asked in UPSC 2021 CSAT paper. Right. So a student appeared in 6 paper. Don't get confused. You can consider it also like subject. Right. So he's giving or he's appearing in exam of 6 subjects, as we normally do in the 10th, 12th, or in graduation. Right. So here are 6 subjects. So the maximum marks are the same. So the maximum are same. Right. Maximum are same means the maximum, like out of 100, as in our colleges, out of 100 how much marks the student are getting. So the 100 is common for all. It's not different for the different subject. Right. His marks in these paper are in the proportion. So now they have given in the proportion. The marks are given in proportion. So if you remember the ratio and proportion, we write it like this. Right. So how many subjects are there? 6. And he is getting marks in the proportion of 5 is to 6 is to 7 is to 8 is to 9 is to 10. If you remember, if we want to remove this proportion sign, what we do? We consider some value x, right? You can consider any value, and we divide that x with all. So it will become 5x, 6x, 7x, because the mark will be in the multiple of x, because they are in proportion. So the marks will become, in P1 paper the marks will be 5x, P2 6x, P3 7x, right? So total there are 6 paper. Suppose for each paper, we are now assuming, as I already told you, when we are solving the questions in percentage, what we assume? Let the maximum marks in each paper is 100. Why we are considering 100? Because in the percentage the calculation will be easy if we consider value as a multiple of 100. You can consider any value, 200, 300. So total subjects are 6 and each subjects have 100 marks. So the total marks will be 600. Right? I hope यहाँ तक समझ आ गया होगा. Okay. So in the proportion, overall he scored. What is the score of a student? He is scoring 60%. Okay. So 600 ka 60%. What is the 60% of 600? It will be 360. Right. So the student scored 360. Okay. And we know in each paper how much mark he scored. He scored this much marks. So 360 will be, if we add these marks, if we add the marks of his all paper, then it will be equal to 360 or not? You tell me that, right? It will be equal, because we know that he got 60% marks. So we calculated it, that is 360. And we also know that in each paper how much marks he is getting. So what we can do, we can add these marks also, right, plus 10x. So 360 will be equal to 45x, right. So now 45 will come this side, right. So we can divide it. From 15 we can divide. So the x value is, what is the value of x? 8. Now we can put this x value here. So what will be the marks in paper 1? It will be 40. And paper 2, right. And here in paper 3, paper 4, paper 5 and paper 6. So how much marks he is getting? He is getting 40 marks in paper 1, 48 marks in paper 2, right, 56 marks in paper 3, in paper 4 64 marks, and in paper 5 72. Now what he is asking, in how many number of subjects or paper he scored less than 60%. So we have to find out in which paper he is getting less than 60% marks. So what is the maximum marks for each paper? We assumed here, what is the maximum mark? 100. So what is the 60% of it? Its 60% will be 60 only, right. So the question is asking in how many papers he is scoring less than 60 marks. So in paper 1 he is scoring less than 60 marks, in paper 2 also, and in paper 3 also. Paper 4 mein he is scoring more than 60, here also he is scoring more than 60, and here also. But we have to find out in which paper he is scoring less than 60. So in paper 1st, 2nd and 3rd is scoring less than 60. So we have to tell in how many paper? 3 paper. So what is the answer? B3. So its answer will be option B, right. So I hope ये आपको सबको समझ में आया होगा. If you are having any problem in understanding this question, you can comment and you can get connected with me and I will explain you in detail. So this is a series type question. So series type questions are found in reasoning, right. So this is a series kind of question asked by UPSC and CSAT exam of 2021, right. So following is a matrix of certain entries. The entries follow a certain trend, row wise, right. So choose the missing entry accordingly, right. तो ये कॉलम होते हैं, right. This is column और ये रो होती है, right. Because यहाँ पे लिखा है pattern are row wise. Okay, so this is row. So pattern are found in row. So see, ये देखने में थोड़ा tricky लगता है, but these question are very easy. Sometimes it could be hard, right. But normally there is only multiplication, addition, right. So these kind of trend are found in the questions. Okay, so like as you can see here, okay, this is 7B, 10A and 3C. Just forget B, A or C. We will see the pattern of that, right. So just remember 7, 10 or 3, and in second row 3, 9 or 6, and here 10, 13, and this thing we have to find. So what the pattern you can see? You can see like this is 7 plus 3, this will be equal to 10, 3 plus 6 will be equal to 9, right. So 10 plus something will be equal to 13. So this number will be 3, because 10 plus 3 will be equal to 13. So there will be 3. Now we can see from the option, in 3 options we have 3. So first option we can eliminate, right. Now what will come? A, B or C? If you will see here, this is B, this is A, this is C, and here C, B, A, and here A, C. So अगर हम नॉर्मली देखें तो सब में ABC आ रहा है, राइट. यहाँ पे A है, यहाँ पे B है, C है, ABC आ ही रहा है तीनों में. तो यहाँ पे A और C आ गया, तो what is remaining? B. So we can, what will be the answer? 3B. Otherwise you can see like कि what pattern ABC are following. Sometimes we need that thing also in the questions, right. But in this question that is not needed. तो यहाँ पे simply we can say कि एक रो में ABC जरूर आ रहा है, यहाँ पे ABC आ रहा है, ठीक है. इसमें भी C आया, B आ गया, A आ गया, यहाँ पे A और C आ गया, B is remaining. So What will be the answer? 3B. So answer would be option C. So option C is the correct answer. So this is a question of series asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. Right. You are given two identical sequence. So in two rows. So this first sequence is given and second sequence. What is the entry in the place of C for the sequence second? Right. तो सेकंड सीक्वेंस में हमको C फाइंड आउट करना है. राइट. ना इसको कैसे करेंगे? तो सीक्वेंस फर्स्ट में देखते हैं कि क्या रिलेशन है जिस सीक्वेंस में. राइट. सो दिस इज नॉट मैट्रिक्स, तो यहाँ पे इनका रिलेशन आपस में नहीं देखना है. यू डोंट हैव टू सी द रिलेशन. राइट. Relation of sequence 1 with sequence 2. We have to do what is the relationship in sequence 1, that relationship we will apply in sequence 2. Right. So sequence 1 में अगर देखें तो first is 8, then it is becoming 4. So what is happening? It is happening 1 by 2, 1 by 2 of first number. Now, so this is becoming 1 by 2. Right. 4 is becoming 6. Right. So initial number हमने देख लिया कि 1 by 2 का relationship आएगा. Right. So this will be something related to 1 by 2, right? So this 1 by 2 will remain, right? This number, numerator will change, denominator will remain same, right? So now we will see, if we will write 2, then this number should become 4, but this is 6. So now we will write 3 here. Now we will see that 3 is right or not. 4, 3 by 2, right? So this is becoming 6 and we are getting 6. So here 4 to 6 relationship is multiply with 3 by 2. Now the next will be, now we got some idea. Like in the first one, this is 1 by 2, second is 3 by 2, then the third will be 4 by 2 or 5 by 2. It will be 5 by 2. Now we will check, right? So this is 6 into 5 by 2, right? So this is coming 15. So this is correct. The next will be 7 by 2, right? The numerator are first, third, 5, 7, right? So in that format. So these are odd numbers, right? So now the relationship will be 7 by 2. Let's check once more. 7 by 2. So this will be how much? This will be 7.5, right? 7.5 we will multiply with 7. So what will come? It will come 52.5 only, right? So this is correct. Now the same relationship we will apply in this sequence second, right? So this is 5. So the A will become how much? This will become 1 by 2 of 5, means 2.5. Now B will become how much? B will become 3 by 2. This one 3 by 2 of 2.5. So 2.5 into 3 by 2, right? So this will be 25 3 ja 75 by 2. So this will be 3.75, right? So we got A, we got B, we got. Now we will see the C. So C is how much? C is 5 by 2 of B. C is what? 5 by 2 of B, right? B is how much? B is 3.75 into 5 by 2, right? So now you have to calculate it, right? So we will get how much? We will get 9.375, right? So we have to find C only. The answer will be option C, right? So I hope you can do this calculation. This is very easy calculation, right? If you want, I can do it, right? So you have to multiply 5 with 3.75 first, then we can half of it, right? So this will come 9.375. So see, in many books they have given the relationship like 0.5, that this 1 by 2 can be also be written as 0.5, and then this 3 by 2 can be written as 1.5. So you can do it anyway, right? So I am leaving it in fraction only, but if you want you can convert into decimal also, because it is also possible, like in the future the examiner is giving questions where these numbers are not 1 by 2, it could be 1 by 3, right? It could be 1 by 4 or something like that. So we should know like in which pattern we have to check them, right? This is a question of from chapter linear equation, right? So this is asked in UPSC CSAT paper of 2021. A person P asks one of his 3 friends one friend is X out of 3 friends, right? As to how much money he had. X replied, if Y gives me 40, then Y will have, if Y gives me 40. So Y will be Y minus 40, right? After giving 40 to X, Y will have Y minus 40. If Y gives me 40, then Y will have half of as much as Z, right? So Z is, suppose Z, so it will become half of Z, right? But if Z gives me 40, but if Z gives X 40, then 3 of us will have equal amount, right? So Z gave how much? Z gave 40. So after Z gave 40, all will have equal amount, right? So this is equal to Y, right? So from here the equation will be what? 2Y minus 80 is equal to Z, right? Now we will take this equation, right? We will put the value of Z. So from here Z will come out Y plus 40. So I will put this value of Z here. So it will become 2Y minus 80 is equal to Y plus 40, right? So this will become Y, 80 will go this side, so this will be plus, so 40 plus 80 will be 120. So Y is 120. If Y is 120, then Z will be, from this equation, Z is 160, right? Y is 120. So what is X, right? So X is how much? So we will calculate X from here, right? So X plus 40 is equal to Y. Y we know is 120. So X will become 120 minus 40. So it will be 80. So X is 80. So the question is asking what is the total amount of money. So total amount of money will be the addition of these. So what will be the addition of this? It will be 360. So this is the answer. So option B is the right answer. Okay. So I hope ये सबको समझ आ गया होगा. It was easy question. We are able to form two equation, right? And then we have to solve it, right? This is a question of profit and loss asked in UPSC Civil Service Examinations CSAT paper 2021. The question is, if the price of an article decreased by 20%, then the new price is increased by 25%. Then what is the net change in the price? See, this kind of questions are asked many times in UPSC exam, right? And this is very easy. And here is no need to understand the concept of profit and loss. Simply by using the concept of percentage, you can solve this. So if you remember the percentage I told you, like whenever we assume some figure like X or Y for solving questions, but in case of percentage, we assume normally 100 or the multiple of 100, because the calculation is easy if we use 100 or a multiple of 100, right? So we will assume that the initial price of an article is 100, right? And then it got decreased by 20%. So if you remember, I told you like 100% of X is X, or you can say in percentage, normally we write some number X as 100% of that number. Both are same thing. If we are saying that there is a decrease of 20%, so what we can do, we can directly deduct 20 from this 100 and it will become 80% of X, right? So the number will become 80%. If there is an increase, suppose there is no decrease but there is an increase of 25%, then we can normally just add in 100, then it will become 125% of X, right? So here the first condition is that the price of an article decreased by 20%, right? So there is an decrease of 20%, right? So we can directly write 80% of initial price. What is the initial price? 80% of 100, then it will become 80 rupees. If you are not understanding this thing, what you can do, you can directly write. What you can write? The initial price is 100 plus 20% of 100, and you can solve this. Oh, there is a decrease actually. So here the minus will come, not the plus, right? So it will be minus. So if you will solve this, it will come 80 rupees only, right? Now the second condition. The second condition is the new price is increased by 25%. So now our current price is what? 80 rupees plus sign because there is a decrease, right? 25%, right? Because there is an increase of 25%, so we will write like this, and here 100 will come or the 80 will come. It will come 80 here because this is our current price, 80 rupees, not the 100, right? So you will solve this. So this will be 100. So the final price is 100, the initial price is 100. So what is the net resultant change? The net resultant change is 0 because there is no change. So the A will be our answer, right? Or if you remember the percentage change formula, we write the final price minus initial price upon initial price into 100. So this will be 100 minus 100 upon 100 into 100. Okay, so this will be 0. So it will be 0%. Okay, so there is no need to do this thing. You can directly say, right? So I hope you सबको समझ आया होगा. If you still have some problem, you can connect with us and we will resolve all your queries. So now this is again a question from percentage asked in UPSC 2021 CSAT exam, right? So what is the question? The P scored 40 marks more than Q. So P scored 40 marks more than Q, right, in an examination. If Q scored 10% less marks than P, so how much Q scored? Q is scoring 10% less marks from P, right? So this equation will be like this. Or see, we can also say like Q is scoring, because he is writing 10% less marks, right, than P. Or we can say he is scoring 90% marks of P, right? So both things are same actually. So this is just a way of writing. So if you will convert into mathematical equation, you can also write P, the 90% of P is equal to Q. So both are same thing. Okay. So now how we will solve it? We will put the value of P here, right? So it will be Q is equal to Q plus 40. This 0 will cancel this 0. So it will be 9 by 10. Now the 10 will go this side, right? So it will become 10Q is equal to, we will multiply. So 9Q plus 360. So this 9Q will come this side and it will get deducted, right? So it will become 10Q minus 9Q is equal to 360. So Q is 360. So what he is asking? He is asking how much Q score. So this is Q is scoring 360. So the answer will be A, right? If we ask how much P is scoring, so P is scoring 360 plus 40, the first equation, right? So it will become 400. It's very easy question. I hope you all will get it. If you are having any problem in this, you can comment on this video and we can get connected and I will explain you again, right? This is a question taken from chapter linear equation. This question is asked by UPSC in their CSAT exam of 2021, right? So this is a good question. Just focus on it, right? So from January 1st 2021, the price of petrol on mth day of the year is determined by this equation, where m could be 1, 2, 3 till 100 and thereafter remains constant. So after m is what? M is representing the day, the first day, the second day, and the price is determined by this equation, right? So you should try to understand that this equation is nothing. This equation is to determine the price on a particular day, right? After 100 days, the price become constant, right? On the other hand, the price of diesel in rupees per liter, right? So here also we have rupees in per liter. On the nth day of the 2021 is determined by this equation. This is 0.15 n for any n. On which date in the year 2021 are the prices of these two fuel equal, right? So they have given the price equation for petrol. So for petrol the equation is how, what? For petrol the equation is 80 plus 0.1 m, and m is 1 to 100, and after 100 the price will be how much? So let's determine. If m is 100, then price is what, right? So then the price will become 80 plus 0.1 into 100, right? So we are determining the price on 100 day, right? So it will be 80 plus this much, so the price will be 90. So when the price of petrol reach 90, it, right, after that it stop increasing, right? And for the diesel, right, for the diesel the equation is 69 plus 0.15 n, right? So n could be anything, right, from 1 to, like, for the whole year, right? So it could be anything, right? 165, right? So in 2021 they have given the equation, the price is determined by this equation, right? Now the question is asking on which day the price of both commodity, the price of petrol and diesel, will become equal, right? So the price should become equal, right? So the question is talking about when the price become equal, right? So let's the price become equal, the price is becoming equal. Let's suppose the price is becoming equal at some x days, right? So on that on suppose no, we are not taking x here because that will increase one more variable. We already have two variable. When the price is equal, what will happen? This equation will be equal or not, right? Right, on that particular day, right? So there are two cases in this. The case one will be when m is less than 100, right? Less than 100 because after 100 days the price of petrol become constant. So we are first assuming that the price is becoming equal before 100 days, right? So in that case what will be the equation? The both prices are equal, so the petrol prices will be determined by this equation and the diesel price will be determined by this equation, and both are equal. So m is equal to n, right? So this n we can replace with m, right? Now we will solve this equation. So this will become 0, this will go this side, right hand side, right? And 69 will come this side. So this equation will become 80 minus 69 is equal to 0.15 m minus 0.1 m, right? So when we will solve this, it will be 21 is equal to 0.05 m. So from here m will become 21 upon 0.05. We will remove this and the 100 will come here, right? From 5 we can cancel this. This is 20 times, this is not 21, this is 11, right? 80 minus 69 is 11, right? So this is 11. So this will be m is equal to 220, but we assumed already that m is less than 100, so m can't be 220. So this case is wrong. It means that the price is becoming equal on the day, on which day it's more than 100 days, right? So the second case we are assuming like the price are more than 100 days. So in that case the petrol price is fixed, petrol price will be 90 on 100 day or above than 100 day, right? So the petrol price are 90 and it is equal to the diesel price. So diesel price is 69 plus 0.15, right? This is n, or m both are equal, right? So we will write n because m is when m is greater than 100, the price of petrol is 90. So what we will get from this? We will get from this 0.15 n is equal to 90 minus 69, right? So this will be 21. So the n will be 21 upon 0.15. Then we will remove this decimal point, the 100 will come, right? From 5 we can cut 20 times, and this is 3 times, then 3 will cut this 21 7 times. 7 into 20, so this will be 140. So on the 140th day the price will become equal. So 140 within price will become equal, but the question is asking the date, exactly the date is asking, right? So in January we have 31 days, right? In Feb we have 28 days, then in March 31, and in April we have 30 days, right? So the total of this will be 8 9 10, right? 3 3 6 9 10 and 12, so 120, right? So 20 more days. So we have reached till, we have finished April. So from May verse to 20, because we want 20 days more, we have to find a day on 140. So 120 we already reached, so 20 days are remaining. So 20 days means from 1st May to 20th May. So on 20th May the price of both commodity will be equal. So the answer will be option B. So this is the answer, right? See, this equation just have 3 4 calculation more than the other questions, right? But this is a good question. If you can get how we are doing it, you can solve it easily in the exam, right? This is the question of ratio and proportion asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. There are 3 points P, Q and R on a straight line. This is important. These points are on straight line such that PQ ratio QR is 3:5. If n is the number of possible value of PQ ratio PR, so what is given? They have given the ratio of PQ QR, right? This is 3:5. And what they are asking? They are asking the number of possible value of PQ ratio PR. Then what is n equal to, right? So they are asking this. So I can assume one variable, suppose x. So PQ will be 3x and QR will be 5x, right? So these points PQ are on a straight line, right? So case 1. So case 1, suppose Q is in the mid, right? Q is the midpoint. So this will be PQ and this is QR, right? We know QR will be 5x, right? So from here to here, and PQ is 3x. So from here to here, this is 3x, right? So Q is the midpoint. So what is PQ? So PQ is 3x. And what is PR? PR will be, now I am finding this one, this value, right? So PQ is 3x and PR is how much? PR is 3x plus 5x, 8x. So this x will get cancelled. So the ratio is 3:8. So this is one possible value. Now the case 2. The case 2 is, suppose P is midpoint. If P is midpoint, then this is a straight line because all 3 points are on a straight line. This is given. I am taking P here, right? So PQ is given, this is Q. So PQ is 3x and QR is given, R is here. From here to here, this is 5x. So the PR will be 5x minus 3x. This will be 2x, right? So now the ratio, this ratio, right? So this ratio PQ will be PQ PR, right? We have to find this. So PQ is 3x and the PR is 2x. This x will get cancelled. So the ratio is 3 is to 2, right? So this is the second value. This is the first value. Now the case 3. This is also possible, like R is in the mid, right? So suppose R is in the mid, right? If R is in the mid, then P will be here or Q will be here and Q will be this side. PQ will be on the edges, right? So they have given PQ. PQ is given 3. So from here to here, this is 3x, right? And QR, Q and R is 5x, right? This is not possible because from here to here, the distance is 3x, right? So RQ will be less than 3x, right? But it is given 5x. So this case is not possible, right? So how many value of PQ PR is possible? One is this value and one is this. So two values of PQ ratio PR is possible. So N is 2. So what is the answer? Answer will be option B. So this is our answer, right? So मैंने बहुत आराम से अच्छे से आपको समझाया है ताकि सबको समझ में आ जाए. If you guys still have some problem, so you guys can connect with me through WhatsApp, through email, right? Or you can comment on this video and I will explain you this video again personally, right? This is the question of percentage asked in UPSC 2021. So what's the question? If the price of an article is decreased by 20% and then the new price is increased by 25%, then what is the net change? So he is asking the net change. So the question is, suppose there is an item, there are apples, right? So initially its price got decreased. Its price got decreased by 20% and later the price of apple increased by 25%. So what is the final price, right? So he is asking that जो final price है and जो original price था, so that will be net change. So this will be net change, final price minus original price, right? So this will be net change. So he is asking the net change only. So how we will calculate it? If you remember, I told you, like when we are solving the questions in percentage, so normally we consider what? We consider 100 items, right? So here we will consider that let the initial price of apple is 100. If you remember, in other questions we consider price x, right, or y or z, something like that. But in the question of percentage we normally consider price like 100 or 100x. Why in the multiple of 100? Because there is percentage. So if we will do the percentage, if we want to calculate the percentage like 20%, so the 100 will cancel this 100. So the calculation is easy. That's why we consider 100 or in a multiple of 100. So here I am assuming that the initial price of an article is 100 rupees, right? Now the price got decreased by 20%. So I told you how we will calculate. Like suppose we consider the price initially 100 minus, because the price got reduced, how much price got reduced? 20. Percentage sign will convert into 1 upon 100 and 20% of what? Initial price 100, right? This 100 the initial price, what we consider, this is also the initial price because the price got reduced by 20%. Okay, if you are having any problem, you can consider, if you are going to buy a pen from a shopkeeper, he will tell you that the price is 10 rupees or 100 rupees, but he will give you the discount of 20%. So what will be the final price? The final price will be 80 rupees, right? So similarly here we are doing. So what will be the price? 80. Or we can directly do it by saying like 100 is the initial price and the decrease of 20%. So normally when we talk about 20% decrease, we will write 80 upon 100 directly, because किसी भी item का, suppose there is an item X, and if we are counting the 100% of it, so what will be it? Answer will be X only, right? And if there is an increase of 20%, then it will be X into 120, like 100% plus 20%. 100% will remain same, right? Then 20%. So we can directly write it like this. And if you are talking about decreasing, then we can directly write X into, if there is a decrease of 20%, 80%. So here we are doing directly. So the price is 80 rupees. Now this 80 rupees price, later what happened? There is an increase of 25%. So what we can directly write? 125 upon 100, right? So we can cancel this. So what's the final price? 100 rupees. So 100 is the final price and initial price was also 100. So what is the net change? Net change is final price minus original price. Both are 100. So net change is 0. So what will be the answer? Answer is 0. Okay. So the answer is 0%. He is asking in percentage. So how the percentage will come? The percentage will come because the formula of net change formula is final price minus original price upon original price into 100. Right. So this is the formula of net change. Okay, we have to remember this. So because this is 0, 0 upon 100 into 100. So this answer will be in percentage, right? So its answer is A. तो ये समझ में आ गया होगा, I hope, right? So this is a question of reasoning from chapter syllogism asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. So these statements are given, right? And then conclusions, two conclusions are given. So we have to check which conclusion we can draw on these statements, right? So which one of the following is correct? So we will solve this through Venn diagram. So the first statement is some radios are mobile. This is a Venn diagram of radio. Some radios are mobile. All mobiles are computer. So all mobile. So we will cover this. This is a Venn diagram of mobile. So this all will, because this is given, all mobiles are computer. So all the mobile are computer, right? Now some computer are watches. Some computer are watches, right? So these are watch. Okay, we don't know the relationship between mobile and watch and radio and watch, right? So now certainly some radio or watches. This is radio and this is watch. So this conclusion is saying certainly some radio or watches. We don't know that, right? So this is wrong. Certainly some mobile are watches. Some mobile. This is mobile, right? And this is watches. There may be some relationship between mobile and watches, but we don't know the relationship between these, right? Because this is not given. So we cannot draw this conclusion also. So this conclusion is also wrong, right? So the answer will be neither conclusion first nor conclusion second, right? So the answer of this question will be option D. This is the question of ratio and proportion asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021, right? So this is a tricky question. Many student was not able to solve it in the exam, right? So we will say it. An amount of money is not mentioned, right, was distributed among A, B, C in the ratio of PQR, right? So there is some amount of money, M, suppose, and there are three person A, B, and C, and they receive money in the ratio of PQR, right? So we know the portion of money of A will be how much? So it will be M into P upon P plus Q plus R, right? And how much B will get? B will get M into Q upon P plus Q plus R, and C will get how much? P plus Q plus R, right? Now the first statement is A gets the maximum share if P is greater than Q plus R. So the statement is saying P is greater than Q plus R. So QR can be R some number, right? See, this thing is common between all three, right? So this won't make any difference. So what will make difference? This figure will make difference, PQR, right? So P is greater than Q and R combined, right? So P is greater than the sum of Q plus R. So it means P is the largest. So if P is the largest, the portion of P will also be largest, right? If P is largest, then the portion of A, right? So the portion of A will be largest. So he will receive the largest amount of money. So A statement is right. Up the second statement is C gets the minimum share. If R is less than, the condition is giving, if R is less than P plus Q, right? P and Q are some amount, right? So R is less than the sum of P plus Q. So the statement is saying that R will C will receive the minimum amount of money, right? So let's take some numbers and try it. Like suppose P is 2, right? And Q is 5. So what will be the R? So this will be 7. And suppose R is 8. So the portion of, but the condition is giving R is less than, so R is 6. So we have to take R6 because it is less than sum. So sum is 7. So let's take R6, right? So this will be 2, 5, 6. So the R is receiving maximum number of, so C is receiving maximum amount of money, not less, right? So this is not possible. See, if we are considering these things, 2, 5, 6, so the equation is getting failed, right? So if you take some other number, like you take 2, 3, 4, right? So this will be R is less than, this condition is getting satisfied. R is less than these two, sum of these two, 5, right? But the amount of money R will get is maximum, right? So this condition is not satisfying. Okay, so here we cannot deduct anything out of this statement. So this is wrong. So only option A is right. So the answer will be option A, right? So I hope ये आपको सबको समझ में आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some problem, you can connect with us, right? This is a question of reasoning asked from chapter series, right? So this is a reasoning question from series unit asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2021. So replace the incorrect term. So we have to find incorrect term, right? And we have to find the correct term in the given sequence. So what is the sequence? This is the sequence where odd term and even term follow the same pattern. So there is a same pattern in odd terms and even terms. So what is odd? Odd are those numbers which are not divisible by 2, and even are those numbers which are divisible by 2. So these are not divisible by 2, right? So we will write like this, right? So these are the number which are not divisible by 2. So odd numbers are 3, 7, 13, 21, 31, 43. So you can write them separately. So there are two series, right? In this given series there are two series. So one is this odd series. So we will see the pattern in this, right? So what is the pattern? So let's find out the difference. So the difference is 4 here, and the difference here is 6, and here 8, 10 and right? So this odd series is following this pattern. Now even series are 2, 4, 10, 18, 28, 40, right? ये समझ में आ गया odd series का? Now we will see what's the difference here. 2, the difference here 6, difference here 8, और यहाँ पे कितना डिफरेंस है 10 का, और यहाँ पे 12 का, ठीक है. बट इन द क्वेश्चन इट इज गिवन दैट दे आर फॉलोइंग द सेम पैटर्न मींस यहाँ पे 4 का डिफरेंस है तो यहाँ पे भी 4 का होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे 6 है तो यहाँ पे भी 6, यहाँ पे 8 है यहाँ पे भी 8, यहाँ पे 10 10, 12 12, राइट. सो सब मैच कर रहे हैं, बस ये यहाँ पे 4 है यहाँ पे 2 है, राइट. तो ये मैच नहीं कर रहा है, राइट. और यहाँ पे डिफरेंस कितने का आ रहा है, सब में 2 2 का डिफरेंस आ रहा है, राइट. 4 + 2 6, 6 + 2 8, 8 + 2 10, 10 + 2 12, राइट. बट यहाँ पे आप देखिए कितने का डिफरेंस आ रहा है, 4 का डिफरेंस आ रहा है. 6 + 8 2, यहाँ पे 2 का डिफरेंस आ रहा है, यहाँ पे भी 2 का आ रहा है, यहाँ पे भी 2 का आ रहा है, राइट. सो ये 4 के डिफरेंस में प्रॉब्लम है, इसका मतलब यहाँ पे ये 2 का डिफरेंस नहीं होना चाहिए, राइट. यहाँ पे कितने का डिफरेंस होगा, जैसे यहाँ पे लिखा है 4 का डिफरेंस. सो 4 का डिफरेंस होने के लिए, बिकॉज ये डिफरेंस सेम है, तो प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पे होगी, इस वाले और इस वाले के डिफरेंस में. ये नंबर सही है तो नंबर किस में प्रॉब्लम होगी, इस वाले में. तो यहाँ का डिफरेंस कितना होना चाहिए 4. यहाँ का डिफरेंस 4 होने के लिए ये नंबर क्या होना चाहिए 0, बिकॉज 4 - 0 विल बी 4. डिफरेंस 4 कब आएगा, जब ये 0 होगा, राइट. बिकॉज यहाँ पे तो ये वाली ऑड सीरीज तो बिल्कुल करेक्ट है, राइट, क्योंकि सब में 2 2 का डिफरेंस आ रहा है, और यहाँ पे इस वाले इवन सीरीज में प्रॉब्लम थी, तो ये 2 की जगह क्या आएगा 0, राइट. सो नाउ द आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन ए, राइट. सो बिकॉज वी हैव टू फाइंड द करेक्ट टर्म, तो करेक्ट टर्म क्या होगा 0, राइट. 2 की जगह क्या आएगा 0. सो द आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, राइट. आई होप ये आप सबको समझ में आ गया होगा. इफ यू गाइस स्टिल हैव सम इश्यूज इन दिस, सो यू कैन कमेंट और व्हाट्सएप अस or call us and I will explain you this question personally again. So this is a question from time and work asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. A man completes 7/8 of a job in 21 days. So what is given? Given that 7/8 works, right, complete in how many days? 21 days, right. How many more days will it take him to finish the job, right, if quantum of work is further increased by 50%? So there are two things the question is asking. We need to see in this paper of CSAT, we need to understand the language, right. So this language is very important. If you are able to decipher it, you can solve the question. First thing, the question is asking that the remaining work, right, because they have given how many more days will it take him to finish the job. So first work is that the person have to finish the work, right, because only 7/8 of work is finished. So the remaining work, how many days it will take. And the second is the work is increased by 50%, right. So first he has to complete the remaining work, and then he has to complete the 50% of that work also, right. So we can solve it through unitary method, right. It's very easy, like you have to apply just the unitary method. 7/8 work we can use, like, because 7/8 work completes its 21 days, then one work will complete in how many days, 20 upon 7/8. This 8 will go with 21, then it will become like this. So we can cut this, 7 3s are 21, then 8 into 3 is equal to 24. So the work will gets complete in 24 days, but he has completed only 21 days. So 3 more days, 24 minus 21. So 3 more days it will take him to complete the work, right. But now the works got increased by 50%, right. So 50% more works. So if you can understand that he is able to complete the full work in 24 days, 50% in how many days he will do, so we will make half of it. So in 12 days he will complete 50% of work, right. So total how many days, 3 days for the remaining work, and the 50% increase, the work got increased by 50%. So how many days it will take him to complete, 12 days. So 3 plus 12, so it will be 15 days. So in 15 days the man will complete the work, right. So the answer will be option D, right. So I hope ये आप सबको समझ आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some issues, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally, right? So this is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2021. There are 6 persons arranged in a row. Another person has to shake hand with 3 of them, so that he should not shake hand with 2 consecutive persons, right? So suppose there are these 6 persons, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 and P6, right? And there is one another person, right? He is shaking hand with 3 persons, right? And not with 2 consecutive persons. They should not be consecutive persons. In how many distinct possible combination can the handshake take place, right? So suppose this man is shaking hand with this one, then he will not shake hand with this one, P2, then he will shake hand with P3, so he is shaking hand with P1, P3, right? So he cannot shake hand with P4, and out of 5 or 6 he can shake hand with anyone. Suppose the first case is P5 and the second case will be P1, P3 and P6, right? And the other possibility is he is shaking hand with P1 and then he is shaking hand with P2, he cannot shake hand, right? Suppose he is leaving P3 and now shaking hand with P4 and then with P6, because with P5 he cannot shake hand, right? And what is the other possibility? The other possibility is shaking hand with P2 and he cannot shake hand with P3, right? Then he will shake hand with P4 and then he will shake hand with P6, right? And suppose he is shaking hand with P3 first, then he will shake hand with P5, but there is no other person. So these are the only possible cases, right? So how many cases are there? First, second, third, fourth. So there are 4 possibility. So the answer is option B. So this is the answer, option B, right? I hope ये आपको सबको समझ आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some issues in that, so you can comment us, call us or WhatsApp us, right? And I will explain you this question personally again. This is a question of reasoning from direction chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2021. A woman's run 12 km toward her north. See, whenever we have a direction question, what we should do? We should draw this, right? This directions, right? So a woman runs 12 km towards north, right? So she is going this side, right? So this side is north, right? So this is 12 km towards her north. Then 6 km from here, again going toward her south. So south will be downward. So going again towards south, how much? 6 km, right? So this is 6 km towards south, right? And then 8 km toward her east. So now going towards east, how much? 8 km, right? In which direction is she from her starting point? So now the question is asking, this is the starting point. So how far is she from the starting point? So this will be the distance, right? In which direction? So they are asking direction. So this direction will be northeast direction, right? From the starting point, she is in northeast direction, right? So but in the answer option they have asked the angle also. So we know like the answer will be from northeast, north of east. So we can cut option A and option C. So the answer will be from B or D. So now they are asking the angle, right? So this angle they are asking. So this angle is greater than 45 or less than 45 they are asking. See, so now they are asking us to know the concept of mensuration, right? So see what happens if this distance, this is 90 degree, right? This is 90 degree. If this distance is suppose A and this distance is also A, then this angle and this angle are 45, right? 45 degree, right? Because this is right angle triangle, right? Now in this diagram what is happening, this is 8 km and this is 6 km, right? And this is a figure, right? So this, okay. So what happens, this angle is in front of this side is 8 km. So there is a concept in mensuration that the angle is greater the angle in front of greater side is greater, right? So this is greater side, so angle in front of it, right, this one will be greater, the right. This is smaller side, so the angle will be opposite to it, right, this one will be smaller, right. So this will be greater than 45 degree, right. So this angle will be greater than 45 degree. If this is greater than 45 degree, so this remaining angle will be less than 45 degree, right. So are you getting this concept? I hope you guys are getting. So this angle will be greater than 45. Then this angle will be, because this total is 90. So this is greater than 45. So the remaining one will be less than 45, right? So they are asking this angle only, right? Because in which direction is she from starting point? So angle less than 45 degree or more than. So it will be from starting point here we have to calculate. So this angle will be less than 45. Less than 45 in northeast direction. So the answer is option B, right. So this is the answer.